All right, welcome to an extended video version here of And More on Toronto Talk Sports and More. I am your host, Zion Hezekiah, joined by our guest once again, Mr. Brandon Chandler from Image. Welcome back.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Welcome,
yes.
welcome.
And we have three lovely ladies, my dear co-hosts on the show who are joining us here today. Michelle Roxanne.
Your beauty.
I know, that's it. Michelle Roxanne.
Well, hello.
Abriella Sammy.
Hello.
And Janelle Estaa. What's going on?
She doesn't want to speak.
So
in the
guys,
phone.
what are we doing today? We're going to play a fun little game called TTS He Got Game. So TTS He Got Game. So you weren't here, Brandon, but earlier on the show we did a fun segment talking about flirting. So, flirting and all that stuff and, getting girls and relationships, all that kind of good stuff. So we're actually going to put you to the test. You're in the hot seat right now. You're a single guy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you're perfect for this.
Yeah.
So the ladies are going to ask you one question each, and the question is going to be, something that has to do with, a relationship. It's along the lines of, flirting or how you would, respond or act in a particular, relationship situation.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're actually going to evaluate you based on your response to their three questions. And then, as I said, the name of the game is He Got Game. So we're actually going to see, does Brandon have game?
Do I get a rose at the end or something?
I think so,
Get
maybe.
chosen?
Or does he get it?
Do I get to see if I pass?
Or does he
I
get
win?
or does he get a date from one of the ladies? Who knows? Oh, well, maybe it's not that kind of show, but that's another show. So basically,
Are we starting our own TTS Bachelor?
I know.
Bachelorette?
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah. So you're going to rate him on a scale of 1 to 10. So 10, 10, 10. So obviously 30 is the highest. The goal for you is to get at least 24 because 24 would mean 80%, 24 out of 30.
Yeah.
So if you're able to get at least a 24, so at least 80%, then you got game. He got game. So we're going to put it to the
Fingers
test. So ladies, who's I believe you're starting off? Roxy?
I will start with the first question.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
So, say you're at a party, you're at an event, and you see this beautiful, angelic woman, and you need to talk to her. What's your first move? What's your game plan? How do you get introduce
All right.
yourself?
I like to come with a business card in hand. There's a scene in American Psycho where they kind of,
I love that movie.
they kind
I
of
love that
obsess
movie.
about the business card and what it kind of means and the impression it gives off.
That's right. Yeah, when the guys were sitting at the table talking about the business. Yeah,
So and then this party I would say can I buy you a vodka soda?
yeah.
That's usually
Have
my
you guys seen the
go-to.
movie?
No.
I feel like I have a long time ago.
Oh my
I'm really bad at remembering.
It's
I
actually
actually haven't
it's a
seen the
dark
movie.
thriller. It's a
I
dark
haven't
thriller.
actually seen the movie, but I've seen that
dark
scene.
comedy.
But just a start conversation, something light. But because I studied persuasion in school, and so
Master Persuader.
master
Persuader.
Yeah.
What did I say?
right.
Persuaser?
So basically,
Oh,
what
boy.
we learned is that in Canadian society, since a lot of it's built in reciprocity, so if you're buying something for someone, a lot of Canadians they feel obligated to kind of reciprocate something back. So my gauge is that-
Psychology 101, ladies and gentlemen.
my gauge is that if she doesn't even want me to buy her like an $8 vodka soda because she doesn't want to return the favor in conversation at all, it's probably not going to go anywhere. So that's kind of my meter to see if there's any opportunity if she's interested in me.
What's usually your first initial line? What's kind of the first thing that you'll say?
Can I buy you a vodka soda?
Okay, so that's the first thing. All right. And then we'll get to the introductions and, hey, my name is Brandon. Okay.
Here's my business card. Can
I
I buy
love
you a
it.
vodka
I
soda?
love
Yeah. Well, I mean, my name's on the
Your
business
name is on
card,
the
my
card.
phone
That's right. It
number,
speaks
my
for
email,
itself.
That's true.
everything you need to know about me or to get in contact with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
feel like a business card in general has its own way of presenting
Yeah,
your
and it's kind of
who you are.
It's kind of a casual way.
Yeah.
Well, it establishes itself,
Yeah.
and the people with business cards, I don't know,
Right.
you like to think they're important. That's
Yeah,
why you
sure.
get. That's why you get
Might
them
establish
printed.
some credibility, right,
So,
ladies?
and
Okay.
it also
Very,
lets her
very
know that you're employed.
Oh, that is true. That is
That's
true.
like a
That's a
good.
key factor.
that.
Yes.
I like
I
that.
Yes.
think.
He got game. TTS. All right. Question number 2.
All right, here we go.
Abriella.
Okay, so once you've broken the ice, what is your ideal first date?
I work in restaurants, so like I like to go to like nice restaurants. Yeah, like I like I think conversations are great over like a bottle of red wine.
Love it.
Good answer.
And yeah, and you want to see what their preferences are for like culinary cuisine, see if it's a fit, and see what they like to eat. I'm a big steak and potatoes guy, and I think you can learn a lot about a person by the way they eat, the way they talk when they're eating, what their choices are. I think especially in today's culture where like so many people are vegetarian or vegan or like very health conscious.
That's me.
You can learn a lot about a lady in this case by what her choices are.
Sure.
And I also love when a girl's like not afraid to get something big.
Okay.
And
Like a
just
burger, a nice juicy.
yeah, or a steak or something.
Sure.
Yeah, and just yeah, and I think you can like people can be very vulnerable at dinner, and you can learn a lot about them with
So to
conversation.
follow up on that, outside of dinner, what would be, maybe the after? So we go out
I
to
don't know
dinner.
if we can say that on this.
Hey, man, hey. This is our extended version and more TTS.
We did touch on that topic earlier about what's the end goal? What's the end goal of your flirtation?
Yes. So what would usually happen? I mean, we are talking first date. You said, right?
First
so
date.
Date number one. So you
Yes.
go to dinner, a nice dinner. You get the steak. She has something nice, as you said, a red bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And what's next?
I will see you the next. First, I mean, first date's your first opportunity. It's not. I don't. Yeah. Just because it's the first date.
Sometimes you never
No,
get a second chance to make a first impression.
I mean, yeah, I'm a marketer by trade. I like to say about myself, I'm a hopeless romantic at heart.
Okay. I love that.
Marketer by trade, so my goal is always to create love stories. And if when you're working in marketing and branding, you have to believe in love at first sight, because every logo and everything that I create, it's with the goal for someone to see it and like fall in love with it right away. So
I love how
Good
everything has a
answer.
business connection. I like
yeah,
that.
no. So I
Great
don't
answer.
I don't try and like put any confinement on it being a first date or a third date,
Just
etc.
go with the flow based on the chemistry, the vibe.
Yeah, because there's a movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I'm sure we've all seen that.
Yeah.
And I remember at the end, I was like, wait, all this happened within 10 days? And then,
That's crazy.
yeah, so I think definitely that. After like dinner, I think follow-up dates are like going to like a cool like ping pong bar or something, or like
good
getting
answer.
getting kind of
Great
active. Yes.
answer.
Yeah.
Just that's
I'm not going to say because I don't like to promote. I work in restaurants and they're right around the corner from us. So
Okay, no, it's all
I'm
good.
not going to promote.
All right, cool, it's fun.
But yeah, like that. Raptors or Leafs game is also a big one for me.
Yeah, if she's into sports, sure.
good
Well, it's
answer.
also if she's not, because it's a big part of like me. Like I remember
Okay.
this recently in January. It was Vince Carter was here with the Atlanta Hawks, and he's a
Yes.
big part of my childhood. So the girl I was seeing at the time, I took her to this game just because I wanted like to share with her like
That's
what was a
amazing.
really big part of my childhood.
Very nice. And she appreciated it.
Yeah, but she wasn't a basketball fan herself, but like she loved like being there and being a
Nice,
part of
that's
something
good.
that was important to me. Yeah, and like I think that's also cute too, and that's the whole point of like relationships is trying to learn about other people. I mean, sports is my thing, and I might date a girl that doesn't really know sports, but she probably might have a thing that I don't really know that much about, and then I can learn from her. So
I love
vice
that.
versa.
Great
So it's,
answer.
Very nice. Yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
yeah. So
I will slowly convert you.
yeah, one of my major criteria is like
boy.
See if
I
clear my
have
plan.
I have a lot of buddies in the NHL, and one of my main goals is like in a mate that if I were to finally marry someone and have a son, I want them to go to the NHL. And so
Okay.
some of the quirky questions I ask is like, well, how tall is your dad? Because I don't get that much on the height side. But do you have like
Oh,
a
boy.
skating background? Like, because basically like I want my son to go to the NHL. So like,
Nice.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right.
Okay.
TTS, he got game. Question number 3, the
Number
last one.
3.
Janelle.
Okay, so you got the girl. You guys been dating, hitting it off. 3 years later, what do you do on your 3-year anniversary? What does Brandon do for his girl? 3 years later.
3 years.
I think you'd have to go away.
All right. Destination.
I'm a big fan of Barbados. I'd love to go there. That's where my father grew up, and I went there with him about a year ago. And
Nice.
like just me and my dad and me being an adult, it was like a different type of trip. It was a fun time. Yeah, it goes back to sharing experiences with people. So I think to cap off 3 years and like kind of kick off not another 3 years, but like forever. I'd love to go somewhere that we've both like never been to create like experiences, because I think when you have experiences that just you guys share together, like it creates like a certain amount of intimacy.
Right.
Because when you're like one-on-one, like yeah, you can tell other people about those times, but like no one else was there. Like no one was there in the room with you guys and things like that. So I think I'd like to go to Europe. It depends on where we've gone in the 3 years,
Right.
but I'd like to go somewhere new.
Different, yeah.
Like a big trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also all my family, is in Trinidad and Barbados. So like,
Okay.
if we're that serious and she hasn't met like my extended family yet,
Yeah.
That is
that'd be
amazing.
like a kind of a cool thing to do and show her a little bit my culture and my
Okay.
family. That was
Good
part of my
stuff.
story. Yeah.
That's a good answer. TTS, he got game. Once again, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right, so we're at that point right now. The ladies are going to grab their markers. They're going to grab their pieces of paper. You're going to give Brandon a score from 1 to 10 based on his responses. So just as a whole, does he have game? So 10 obviously being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And I must say, Brandon, I am fairly confident that we're going to
get a
see some
24?
numbers. Oh, let's see. Wait, maybe,
Kobe number?
Maybe more. Kobe Bryant. Okay, so just let us know when you're ready, ladies. Are we ready to roll? All right. There's always that one person. Has to be Roxy. It's like there. All right. So why don't we begin with you, because you are ready, Janelle. So what did you rate Brandon in terms of his game based on his responses to your questions? What did you give him?
I gave Brandon a
Show the camera.
10.
10. Wow. Brandon got a perfect 10. Not a 9, not an 8. So why did you give Brandon a 10?
He had like good explanation after the reasons why he's doing what he wants to do.
Right.
At each point of the relationship.
Okay.
So he had like an agenda. He had
Yeah.
a reason to make it go forward.
And he's a hopeless
too.
romantic,
Yeah,
as I said.
that was so
man.
cute. I was like, oh.
Brother
Yeah,
got game, man. Come on.
It's not like he's
Show some love.
Yeah, he's not acting upon like as a reaction. It's more like, okay, I'm doing this because I want this.
Right,
in
right.
The future, or to move it
And he
forward.
seems very sincere with his
Yes,
intentions and
exactly.
whatnot. Very good. All right, Miss Sammy, what do you say, my dear?
Okay. I was thinking 10, but I went 9.
Okay, 9. 9 is good. We'll take a 9, right?
Yeah,
That's it. We'll
I
take a 9. We'll take it. So
I
we're at
didn't-
19. We're very good. We're very good.
good.
So why did you give Brandon a 9?
I was very close to 10
Okay.
for several reasons, basically what you said.
Yeah.
But, well, one, I wasn't sure, like, 10 was like, I mean, you can't get better than 10. So
10 is 10, but 9 is good. 9 is
But
good.
also, I really don't want my son to play hockey.
What would you rather him play?
Basketball.
Oh, but of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Was there one question in particular that kind of really stood out to you in terms of his
No.
from a positive
The
standpoint?
positive things. I like the thing about food. I'm a big, like, I've bartended for a long time, and I really enjoy being served, like
Okay.
going out. And
Yeah.
I think you're right. I learn a lot about a person, the way they interact at a restaurant, like with the server, and just enjoying that experience. Eating is like such a big part of my life, and I like to like do that with someone.
Nice.
Going out, like having a bottle of wine and stuff like that, and going away. Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I
you
saw
said.
your reaction when you talked about the
what you said
destination
about,
going away. You
like,
seemed a little impressed by
Barbados.
that.
Yeah, my family's from Trinidad, so
Nice,
like,
right
that's
on.
like something. If I'm bringing someone to Trinidad, that's a big deal, you know. And
Oh,
it's,
big
you
time.
want to show them a part of your life and your culture that's not
All
here.
right.
So I really resonated with that one.
All right, so Brandon got game.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yes.
So Michelle Roxanne, aka Roxy, is last. So all you need is 5 to get 80%. You need a 24. And I'm very confident, unless Michelle's standards are so sky high.
They might be.
Dun, 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 dun. The reveal.
9.
Oh, he got
Did
a
I
9.
do it backwards? No, I did not.
love it. I love it. All right.
Okay,
so
and
that's
it took me
28
so
out
long
of 30.
because I couldn't. I was like, either it's 10 or 9.
Yes,
but
you're going back and
It
forth.
was hard, but I feel like nobody's perfect. So
I'm pretty-
Modi can get a 10.
The brother's
I'm
close
pretty
enough.
perfect. But yeah, same reasons. Like, you're very genuine, and you like obviously want to share your life with somebody. So I think that's like super important, because obviously you need that connection to be happy, and like continued connection throughout your entire life. So I mean, I agree on all of those things, like vacations and food and how you interact with people, that kind of stuff. So
very good, very good. So
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm going to actually give you the final word. You did great. 28 out of 30. You crushed it. You killed it. Does he have game? He
Yes,
got
Brandon has
game.
game.
Absolutely. What do you want to say as we close off, man?
Well, I wish my ex-girlfriend would be here to see this.
We'll send her the video. We'll send her the video.
do you want to keep these?
I know. Oh boy, I know.
But yeah, it's a lot of trial and error and a lot of
Yes.
chick flicks that I've watched. Yeah,
You did reference a couple
I
of
can't
movies.
believe I admitted that I've seen
American
How to Lose a Guy
Psycho?
in 10
He's
Days.
learning.
The
I've never
American
watched those
Psycho?
movies by myself.
Oh my
though. How to Lose
goodness.
a Guy in 10 Days.
All of his answers are straight from the movies.
You really just have to study the last scene when the guy is like running through traffic to try and get the girl back, and like
In the 10 days, yeah.
well, in every
the love fern?
movie or like
Right.
Ryan Gosling and like
Yeah, oh,
built her
yeah.
a house.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I appreciate you guys
Good
having
stuff.
me and
Well done. Well, ladies,
find a date now.
thank you very much for joining us and for asking the questions. And Brandon, thank you for answering. And you did a great job. Once again, 28 out of 30. This was a special edition of And More. So it's called TTS He Got Game. And indeed, in the end, our brother Brandon Chandler,
How's it going?
you
Has
got game.
game.
He got game. So thank you very much for tuning in. Toronto Talk Sports and More. For the love of the six, let's connect.